Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera, and a very good morning. Yang berhormat Saudara Datuk Talib Zulfilip, serta yang berhormat Saudara Dr. Anwar, yang bahagia pengerusi Unimas, Datuk Dr. Serta, seterusnya yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Kadim Suaidi, Vice Chancellor of Unimas, Dev-Dev jemputan, seterusnya para cendekiawan, para peserta, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. Terlebih dulu saya mengucap setinggi-tinggi penghargaan dan terima kasih kepada pihak Unimas kerana menjemput saya pada pagi ini dan seterusnya memberi penghormatan untuk merasmikan International Conference on Language Studies 2017 pada pagi ini. Saya juga mengucap tahniah kepada pihak Unimas kerana dapat menganjurkan persidangan ini yang saya percaya akan memberi manfaat yang besar di dalam pembangunan bahasa, sastra dan juga budaya di rantau ini. Let me take this opportunity also to welcome all the foreign guests outside Malaysia to Sarawak. I hope your stay in Sarawak will enable you to get familiar with the languages available in Sarawak and also to know the ethnic groups in Sarawak, totaling about 40 ethnic and sub-ethnic groups. And this is the reservoir of our richness in Sarawak culture, while at the same time to foster understandings among Sarawakian, which we would like to extend to other parts of the world. We have these ethnic groups, but we are able to stay united. At the same time, we practice as if we are in one family. This is the uniqueness of Sarawakian, and we are very proud of our culture. I'm also glad that the Faculty of Language and Communication, University of Malaysia, has decided to organize this conference once again, as it will be most interesting and exciting to see more than 200 participants from all over the world converging here to present and discuss their latest research findings and innovation in related fields of studies. I believe this conference, under the theme Sustaining Languages and Cultures, Borneo and Beyond, will provide a platform for local and international practitioners and researchers to discuss various issues related to the research and preservation of languages and cultures in Borneo and our neighboring regions. Some of these issues, I understand, will cover areas such as language documentation and conservation, local knowledge, literature and culture, and language policy and practice, and many other related fields. This conference to me is also timely in various respects. Firstly, it takes place the time in a world that is undergoing rapid globalization and digitalization, politically, economically, culturally, and socially. Advances in technology have fueled this process, and the impact is felt in every aspect of life, including the languages that we speak and the cultures that we uphold for many generations. Secondly, in the face of rapidly changing world that threatens the very existence of societies, the time has never been more right for us to discuss openly and seriously issues that affect our people, their languages, and cultures. Sarawak is a land rich in historical and cultural heritage and home to more than 40 ethnic groups and subgroups. In view of this great diversity in Sarawak, I cannot overemphasize the importance of this conference to us to preserve and conserve our cultures, languages, and traditions. Various works have been undertaken by the state government and a number of agencies to preserve and conserve the people's languages and cultures. But the question remains, will these initiatives be sufficient when some of these languages and cultures are potentially or critically facing extinction? I understand that Tatau, Logat, Narum, Sihat, Lahanan, Baketan, and Seru, these are the ethnic languages here, have been categorized as endangered languages and are facing extinction if no measures and concerted efforts are taken to preserve them. Indigenous languages are not only slowly dying out due to the influence of dominant culture and languages, such as Bahasa Malaysia and English, but also due to the rise of other languages and cultures, such as the Korean wave, termasuk K-pop. This is the export of Korean popular culture to the creative industry, which has impacted upon people of all ages in the world and many parts here in this region. Therefore, it's time that community of researchers and practitioners, as well as members and leaders of indigenous communities, to collaborate with local and foreign institutions of higher learning, as well as stakeholders in preserving, conserving, and revitalizing indigenous languages and cultural heritage for our future generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I personally believe that Unimas and the newly established Faculty of Language and Communication can take the lead in this critical initiative. I congratulate Unimas. I understand that there will be a signing ceremony of MOU between Unimas and Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka after this. I also understand that there are delegates of institutions of higher learning from United States, South Africa, Australia, Taiwan, Indonesia, and Brunei, not to mention teachers, students, and community leaders and members among us. This is indeed a great start for Unimas to build capacity and strengthen partnership in creating a vibrant and sustainable future of languages and cultures in the state and beyond. I hope that by virtue of the event being held in Sarawak, it will also mean a greater focus on issues and concerns, not only specific to the people of Sarawak, but also those living in Borneo and beyond, who are culturally and linguistically diverse. It is indeed an honor for Sarawak to play host to this conference which seeks to examine impact of globalization on indigenous languages and cultures and empower the community of researchers and practitioners to work together towards a common goal of sustaining languages and cultures in this region. In this respect, I would like to share with you my views on the role of language and common cultures in Borneo and beyond. I had this experience of engaging with one local Taiwan indigenous group when I was the Minister of Industrial Development. And we had a very good discourse on this while trying to promote industrialization in Sarawak. We also talk about our cultural engagement in this particular region. As you are aware, thousands of years ago, there is this big landmass before it was submerged by water. In Taiwan, mainland China, Indochina, Borneo was one landmass. And there was this migration of people within this region. And the language seemed to be common to all areas in this particular region. You know, in history, there was a group of what we call the Aryan people immigrating. And this particular corporate leader residing in Silicon Valley, originating from Taiwan, talked to me in the local indigenous language of Taiwan and us in Sarawak. There is one word common, very common to us, including the word makan. Meaning that the ethnic group in Taiwan originally is from Malay group. And he told me he is a Malay. And the name is Dr. Tu Chen. And that is the experience I got when I promoted Sarawak as a center of trying to promote industries, industrialization in Sarawak. Apparently, I managed also to promote culture and language. That is the basis. It is timely that you go beyond Borneo. Because originally, we are in one landmass, except pronunciation may be different from one area to the other. Even the Bidayon language differs among the Syrian district between Syrian and Bau. The same with Malandau language. Kuala Rajang is different from Mukah. And Mukah is different from Bintulu. Where in the world you eat engine? Only in Bintulu you makan engine. It is the beauty of language, and we have to preserve that because it reflects our richness in our culture and the way we behave. But I also caution you on the challenges that we are facing. I read one message in Facebook. There is a word K-A-Z-E-N. I do not know what is the meaning. K-A-Z-E-N. So I ask my young children or grandchildren, what is this K-A-Z-E-N in Facebook? It is cousin. Meaning K-C-O-U-S-I-N become K-A-Z-E-N in IT. In Facebook, that will pollute our language. So that is our challenge. And how to solve this? Because there are a lot of words in Facebook particularly. Just to tell you that I also read Facebook. Lot of new terminologies. They change the spelling that will pollute our language. If they can pollute our language, they can also pollute our culture. And I have decided, in order to promote local languages and local arts, we have decided to turn our old Dewan Undangan Negeri building, the old one, to be the center of performing arts for Sarawak. We have commissioned people to study, termasuklah Istana Budaya, Kuala Lumpur, and other theatres. We will transform that into a theatre, and I hope that will promote our cultures, performing art, as well as language. I have decided that as your CM, I will pursue it in order for us to preserve our language and cultures. On this note, once again, I congratulate Unimas, and I have pleasure in officiating this conference. Thank you very much.